Hey, it's another day in the van. My name is Dan, and with Emily, we are Ramblin' Ambition. We're doing some work today on the ceiling panels, but we're also going to try and install our gray water tank. What we ended up doing was went through Agile Off-Road and got the Northwest Conversion Sprinter spare tire carrier tank. So since we did the Aluminess bracket on the back of the door to get our spare tire out from underneath the van, we're going to utilize that space for our gray water tank. So what we have in the box is their 28-gallon tank that fits in the spare tire space. So this tank is actually made by Northwest Conversions, and it's 28 gallons, and it's designed to fit directly into the Sprinter tire carrier. So it basically goes where the spare tire goes, but it fills up that entire carrier space. Now on this, you have an 1.5 inch NBT top. You got a 1/2 inch for like a vent. On the side, you have two others, 1.5 inches, this one and this one. We're not going to use this one, but we're going to use this one for the fill. So on the sides, you have, aside from the top, you have another 1.5 inches there at the bottom, which we're going to use for the drain. We're going to use this one for the fill. And then we have another one, 1/2 inch there, just in case. So there's multiple options. You can see that it's contoured for the tank itself, for the spare tire carrier itself. This, of course, is where the plate is. And let me show you what that carrier looks like down. So right now the carrier is down. And you can see how it's angled. And that tank is roto-molded to fit in that space. So our goal is to get that underneath there and then check out what we need to run the plumbing. We'll most likely drop another hole down through the floor where the other 3 pipes go. You can see those right there. One's the drain for the water heater, and then the other 2, which are capped off right now, are for the engine heating that'll go up to the water heater eventually. So we'll probably drop another one right beside it and bring the drain from the sink down through that pipe to the outside. All right, so as you can see, it fits right up where the spare tire would go. So it tucks right in. You know, gives you plenty of clearance all the way around. And there's a good spot for the drain to come out. And yeah, pretty cool. All right, so I think what I'm gonna do is this is going to be our drain. So this is just a 1.5 inch reducer to 3/4. And then the valve will screw onto this nipple and have an automatic dump. And then we're going to fill the tank from the kitchen up here, I think. And we'll just bring the hose around over the top and come in to right here. All right, so to some of the piping. So we have a piece of 1 inch Schedule 40 PVC running through the wall into the kitchen. And then we drilled our other hole. Now that's 1 3/8 all the way to the bottom. And what that fits is 1 inch outside diameter. And then we put a collar on it to give it a stop. And then we'll just finish our mock-up, which is an 11 inch piece of PVC. That'll go right there. That'll tap into the main pipe. And then that gives us a good fall from the drain to drain out to the bottom to go to the tank. So I think I'm pretty happy with that. All right, then on the inside of the cabinet, we just take a fitting with a 3/4 inch MPT with a 3/4 inch hose. That slides on that, and then we'll take this hose that runs from the P-trap and connect it over here, and we'll be done. All right, so we are going to use the top of the tank and one of the lower outputs on the bottom of the tank. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So this is going to be the fill tank, and we're going to just use a fitting with a 90-degree 3/4 inch hose adapter. And then we're going to use this one for the drain. And so in order to get the plastic out on the inside, we've got an 1 3/4 inch hole saw that fits just inside but doesn't mess with the threads. And we're going to use it without a bit in there to keep it from walking. Hopefully this works and it doesn't mess the threads up at all. So we're just going to start really slow. Perfect. Excellent. So we'll leave that there. We're going to do the same thing to this one. Now the hardest part will be to get those little plastic pieces out, but we should be able to pull them through with some pliers on that bottom piece. All right, so pretty cool trick I want to show you. So I did get the two blanks out, just tilting it and using a pick, and they pulled right through. Now for all of the plastic kind of shavings from that drilling I want to get out. So what I've done is I just put a piece of tape over that end, and I put a plug here and there, and then I kind of put tape around this, and I'm just going to use a vacuum to suck it down. And what's cool is just watch what happens when I put it in. So if you need to get stuff out of a tank and it's just hard to get to, this is a great solution, because once you create this seal, it'll suck, and I'll show you how it pulls the tank down just with the vacuum pressure of just a shop vac. So you do that a couple times and all of those plastic shavings get out. Now this is just going to drain out like normal, so I'm not really worried if there's any little pieces left. But that's a real easy, quick way to get the plastic pieces out if you ever have to drill into a tank. All right, so we have this piece plumbed. So this is what's going to go to the drain in the van. We had originally planned to vent out of here, but there's not enough clearance between the van body and this to vent from. So we had to drill another hole, and we're gonna vent off of this with just a 3/4 inch hose with like a anti-siphon valve or a one-way valve on it. And that'll give us plenty of venting for the tank. And then our drain, like we already talked about, is gonna go here. All right, here's how it looks all set up. So we just gotta plumb that vent hose, which is not a big deal. Got to order the valve for the dump valve side. And then here's that. So you can see maybe up there. There it is. So there's that valve, and then this will go to a fitting for that. And we're basically it. So that was our install of the Northwest Conversions 28-gallon spare tire tank. It fits perfectly just like it's designed to. The only thing I would say is it does not come with instructions, so you have to have an idea of what you're going to do. Understand what size fittings that you're going to need, and then pay attention to the clearances when the spare tire carrier is up. and that's it. So, you know, you could use it as a water tank, as a lot of people do. I'm using it as a gray water tank. We've got, you know, over 40 gallons worth of storage, so I wanted to have at least half of that as waste. Considering we're only using the sink, I don't want to be limited on what our storage capacity is while we're out and about. And then we have a convenient way to dump the tank. So I think it's going to work out really well. I'm pretty happy with it. It was a bit expensive, but the tank is very rugged, which it would need to be sitting underneath the van. So hope you guys got something from the video. It was a simple, easy install. I'll put a link in the description for the tank that I got from Agile Off-Road, or you can go to Northwest Conversions. Again, I'll leave a link for that. So this is Dan from Rambling Ambition, and thanks for watching.